The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Mostert. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. They fake the give. Newton eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. Go for it on 4th. They'll run with a fullback. Use check. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The 43-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go play action. Winston. They'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And he'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
The 22-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. And yet again, it's McLaurin. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Jameis again. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington has made this a 1-score game. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Newton. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 11 now. Newton, and the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Third and long, it's Newton. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. That's a heck of a way to convert on 3rd and long, and he showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And that trust was justified because he went up and got the football and converted on a down. You shouldn't. 3rd and long like that, that's supposed to be an incompletion at the least.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run with Mostert. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
Niners 21. Washington.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Off the play fake, Winston steps away, and he's going to keep it here. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Jameis to throw it. And he'll complete this to Gibson. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston, and he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Eric Armstead. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Final play of the half here, Winston. He'll air this out deep for Harmon. And he knocks the ball away, and and it falls incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Play action now. Winston. Flush to his right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key. Crucial. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 31. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd and goal, Newton. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Newton now to throw. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Escaping the pressure right. And this will be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, Winston. And that will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Able to push his way through. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 38-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Newton completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. Got his target, Samuel. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
San Francisco.
Now it's Newton. It's caught left side by Cooks. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Tackle made by Chase Young.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Again, it's Fournette. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On the run, it's Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 13-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Newton. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the point. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. He's got Lockett. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
Nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Deron Harmon right there on the coverage.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
That catch good for only a couple. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on second down. Winston. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Washington on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. On play action, Winston. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good.
Washington 13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Cooks. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo. Didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
At the 40-yard line.
A first down throw for Winston. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Left side complete to Lockett. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Jameis again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Again, it's Winston. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Washington on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. To the air again with Winston. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Now Winston, he will keep it. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, Newton. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Niners on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12. Operating from the gun, Newton. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain.
Way to hustle, boy.
On 1st down, Newton. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's second down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
On second down, here's Fournette. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 3rd and 2, Newton. Throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. First down, Winston. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Thomas, the intended target. And now it's second down.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Third down. It's Gibson, and he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. From the gun, Winston. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it's not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer Tim Karen said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
So for the Niners, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll return home next week to take on the L.A. Rams. Meanwhile, for Washington, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.